Hey guys, it's Aaron with Shop Fix. So a lot of you guys have been to our farm, and you've been here for an event or two, and you've had a great time. You got some memories here, and we obviously do as well. But there's a time for change. There's a time to go in a different direction, and there's a time sometimes when you have to just say, you know what? I'm going to maybe just step into whatever I think is next, and I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to let change get in the way. So I don't want to give this place up. I really like this place. I've had a ball at this place. But you can see, you got amazing fields, got that view. You can't really tell out there. Those are all hills. But I'm not going to have any more events here at our barn. We're selling it. This is our last weekend here. So I'm going to shoot a shot down here, let you see. Look at that pond. I dug that pond. Well, I paid people to dig that pond. 17 feet deep, 300 loads came out of there. So we got 21 acres, goes all the way out there. It's an incredible piece of property. I'm on a hilltop, see 7 miles out. And we're loading up. Got the truck over here. We're getting ready to go. We're just at that last stage where, you're getting all your crap out. All the furniture's gone, but you just got trash and crap all over the ground. So I wanted to shoot this video because I thought about change. Let me get my eyes to adjust. It's all about change. It's all about your willingness to step up. And you can see the barn's empty. Got my dog cage, just a couple of things. So it's all about your willingness to change and to listen and to follow through and decide that at this point in the game you're going to embrace whatever it is that God has next for you in life. And I think that a lot of us, we don't ever allow that to come through. We don't allow that to be processed. We don't allow what the next step is to develop and appear before us and actually take our leg and lift it up and put our foot up on it. Instead, we run from it. I've got members in our group that I have personally been coaching that I've been telling the same thing to, and they've moved the needle since they've joined my program. They've been in other programs, and they've joined our program, and they've already moved the needle further than they've ever moved the needle, which is amazing. That's great. But they still haven't moved as much as I want them to move. And they believe me. I think they believe me. They trust me. And as I dive in deeper and deeper with it, what I find is there's fear. They think they're different. They think for some reason their situation is going to make them fail. And it's not. The next place I'm going to is going to be amazing. It's a beautiful house. So everybody that is in our program, y'all know I do that bonus night at the house and on personal development. You're going to come out. We're going to hang out. We're having a great time. You're going to see it. You're going to go, wow, this is amazing. So this is not a bad thing. We're just moving on to the next great thing. This is a great thing. But why can't the next thing even be greater? And I think that there's such a fear that when we change gears, things are going to fall apart. When we change gears, everything's going to break. We go from acquiring more to protecting what we have. And there's nothing wrong with that angle. But you have to process and stop and think for a second. Maybe God has a purpose for me. Maybe I'm special. Maybe I'm important. Maybe things are supposed to keep happening and it's supposed to keep developing and going forward. And they're not supposed to just stay stuck where they are right now. I've talked to so many small business owners that aren't even shop owners that I give advice to on these situations. And it boils down to fear every single time. There's so many things you can do that require zero risk. Zero risk. Now don't get me wrong. There are some things that are incredibly risky that you should pause and stop and think about and get a lot of advice on. But there's items in your life, there's items in your business that have nothing to do with you having anything go wrong. You're just afraid. You're just afraid. And I want to help you identify that, because sometimes what you're most afraid of is what you're supposed to be doing. And if you could process and think just for a second, why am I not willing to do this? Why am I not willing to go to this next level? Why am I not willing to get there? What is really triggering me? What is causing fear in my mind? And if you can get that part figured out, if you can get that part understood, then I think that you'll start to say to yourself, okay, this is happening because something new's popped up. And because something new's popped up, I'm trying to get from point A to point B, and life is starting to feel weird right now. I don't understand where I'm at. I don't understand why what's happening is happening. I don't get it, but it is. And I'm going to embrace it, and I'm going to just come to a place where I agree, and I say, this is what's going on. I'm not going to argue with it. I'm going to accept it, and I'm going to instead say to myself, how do I respond to this, not how do I react to this? And instead of putting my head down in a hole and saying I'm not going to change, I'm going to say, how can I grow from this? So you know what? I got this awesome, cool barn that we designed that's, really, really awesome. I mean, I love this barn. I got a 4,000 square foot garage that I have weddings in and parties in and invite all kinds of people out. And we just have a great time with it. And then we've got our living space, up there and all over there and all over there. I got, 5 bedrooms and an office and a lunchroom and 3 more full baths up there. And then we got our huge living room and kitchen and dining area over there. And we love this place. We love it. But I'm going to love the next place. And you know what? I'll build another farm. But there's so many people that get hung up on it can't be any better. And I'm here to tell you, it can be better. It can be better. Don't be afraid. Step out. You don't got to use us as a coach. Use somebody else as a coach. I don't care. Get somebody else in your life that can give you some advice, but stop being afraid. Don't be captured by the moment and what can go wrong. And instead, step out. Get the advice from the leaders you need to that are going to help you. I'm having to rest my arm because my arm is hurting. Sorry. I think that when I really process every time I've been afraid and I haven't wanted to change, it's because my subconscious at a level believes that I have to be this way. I was designed by God to be this way. This is who I am. I can't be anything different. I can't go over there and be that. And I'm going to ask you that when you're going from point A to point B and life feels strange, and the best way to describe it is when you're moving. That first night you live in a new house, it's just weird. It's really weird. Just embrace it and say, this is a good thing. When you travel and you're in a new city and you're like, I don't know if I like this. This feels weird. Embrace it. Say it's a good thing to yourself. Tell yourself that. Let the stress just fade away. Just embrace it. And if you can do that and you can take that moment and say, this is an okay thing for me. I'm going to be all right. Your subconscious, which operates through your emotions, by the way, you can't really talk to it. You can tell yourself, calm down. And when you start to feel peace and you start to relax, your subconscious then feels that. But when you get your subconscious to understand that change is not a bad thing. And a lot of you go, Aaron, I love change. I embrace change. Yeah, but not this kind of change. I'm talking about change, where everything changes. And I'm talking about where you think that things could go wrong and things could go down a very dark path for you, when most of it's unfounded. When you get in those moments and you're trying to figure out how in the world you're going to go and embrace this new thing, whether it be in business, a relationship, some of you have been single forever and you always keep dating and ending the relationship. I'm not going to get into all that, but you know what I'm talking about. And you're the common denominator. It comes down to that fear. And I'm here to tell you guys, if you can focus and you can drill down and understand yourself and get someone else in your life that can also understand you, everything's going to change. Everything. It doesn't have to stay this way. I know I'm meant for great things, so this is just one more step. Me moving out of a barn is one more step. Me changing gears and moving to a different neighborhood is just one more step. That's all part of everything transitioning. That's all part of it going in a new direction. So I want to encourage you, when you look at yourself and you understand, okay, I'm in the process of becoming a new person, you're not going to think the same here, if I can move over here to this side of the barn, as you do over here. Over here you have limited thoughts, and then over here you have thoughts that say anything is possible. The problem is your thoughts and your idea of what's possible are what are limiting you and what are keeping you in the place you're in now. It allows you not to hire amazing people. It allows you not to change gears. It allows you not to meet the right people in the right setting, in the right environment that allows you to dream, allows you to come up with an idea that's going to change your life forever, your family forever, your family tree forever. I hope this is making sense. I hope I'm breaking through for some of you. Because I know, as a small business owner, specifically a repair shop, you can get into auto repair thinking, I'm just wanting to help people. And then you realize you're a slave to the business. No one wants you to make any money. They think you're a crook. They think you can't do anything right. And you didn't build it, break it, or design it. You're just here to fix it. But at the end of the day, if you cannot get that concept in your mind that your brain is trying to keep you on one path, but your other part of your brain, your conscious part, is trying to get you on a new path because you want to grow, and if you don't realize the two are fighting it out and they're going back and forth and they're wrestling all the time, you're not going to get there. You're never going to get there. There'll always be a reason why everything fails. There'll always be a reason why everything's always changing, why it didn't happen this time. So I'm going to encourage you. Embrace the weirdness so you can come over here and you can think this way. So you don't stay over here and think that way. We got to come over here and we got to think this way. And when it's really weird is when you got a foot on each of them, like that. And when you're in both, and then you're stuck, and you're in the middle, and you're going, holy crap, I'm stuck. I've got a foot on each of these situations. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Hold on. Journey, say hi.
Look what I did to my legs.
You just wrapped your legs in saran wrap. I better edit that out. I have her packing dishes. This is what happens when you're almost 16-year-old that's bored and left alone in the kitchen. Oh my gosh. So anyways, back to our really deep moment. So if you think about this, whenever you're in one position and you're trying to get to the other position, it's going to feel very strange. Your brain's not going to like it. It's going to be a different type of transition for you than you've ever felt before. Look at that transition, embrace it. Tell yourself it's a good thing. If you do this over and over and over, every time change happens, you'll see yourself growing and changing. When people meet you 6 months later, they're going to go, oh my gosh, you're a different person. Remember, when you're that different person, everything you think about is different. People don't get that. Everything. You conceptually see the world in a different way. Your life will change forever. All right, guys. That's enough. I just wanted to get that out of me while I was thinking about it. I'll see you in the next video.